I was born and raised in Kabul. I lived there for 9 years. Kabul is extremely small. If you stand in the middle, you can see the mountain that surrounds it. In 1996, when the Taliban took over, things changed for worse. Schools were closed for females, and they taught us hateful material. They taught guys hateful material in school to brainwash us. So my father thought, since I wasn't learning anything in school, it'll be best if I take a job and learn a trade, as well as help the family financially. So at age 7, I was forced into child labor. I worked 8-9 hours a day making Persian rugs in a factory. I did that for 2 years in Afghanistan, and once we moved to Pakistan, my father couldn't find a job because he couldn't speak the language. My brother and I, by then we were professional rug makers. My brother and I started making rugs at home that my father sold in the market, and we made enough to feed a family of 8. Once the 9/11 incident happened, the U.S. went to invade Afghanistan, I guess. My parents decided to go back to Afghanistan because my father used to work for the government before the Taliban invasion, before the Taliban took over. So he went back to Afghanistan to get his job, and he decided to send my brother and I to U.S. To get an education. When I came to U.S., I was 11, and my brother was 13. We were adopted by another Afghan family who were coming to the United States at the time. And so they adopted us. We came here, lived with them for a year in Texas, and then my aunt adopted my brother and I to live with her in Virginia. When I was moving from Pakistan to US, I thought it would be very similar to moving from Afghanistan to Pakistan, because I have already had that experience. But coming over here, it was definitely a culture shock because I, first of all, couldn't speak the language, didn't know anything about the American culture, lifestyle, everything which was extremely different than what I was used to in Pakistan and Afghanistan. Over time, you learn to adapt to to the new culture, and now when I go back, I feel like I don't belong to my culture back home, and when I come here, I feel like I don't belong to the American culture here. There's a big misconception that Afghanistan is part of the Middle East. That's not true. Either it's part of South Asia, or sometimes it's part of South Central Asia. But Afghanistan is not part of the Middle East. The American perception or the Western perception of an Afghan citizen is either a male with a turban or a female that's covered head to toe with a burqa. But that's not true. They were forced to do that during the Taliban regime. I've been to Afghanistan 3 times, and every time I go, everyone in the city wears Western clothes. Afghanistan is about the size of Texas, but there are about 20-25 different ethnicities. We have the Tajiks, the Pashtuns, the Uzbeks, we have Mughals, Chinese who settled there 5,000-6,000 years ago, and we have the Persians. So whenever I go back, I feel like I'm not just in Afghanistan, but and like getting a taste of Asia.